What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital and welcome to the video. In this video, we're talking about 3 brand new silver mining stocks that we've never talked about on the channel. Silver has continued to get tons of interest and I wanted to talk once again about some silver stocks, but not talking about the same ones. I wanted to, bring you guys that steady flow of new and exciting companies. So let's get straight into this video. We also have some updates on our favorite companies, little update on TAAT, and we're also talking a little bit about one hot new growth stock that I've never talked about before, guys. So let's get into it. Thank you so much for watching, and last but not least, if you do support me, the channel and all the videos, there's 2 quick things. Of course, that first and most important thing is to kindly explode that like button. It takes just 1 second of your time and it helps my video so very much, so just go down and click it. Along with, if you are a new viewer to the channel, you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, but you appreciate constant steady updates in the markets, you like a steady flow of new and exciting companies just like this video, or you want to learn a little bit more about investing, of course, then don't forget to cash that subscribe button, get me to 29.5K, and ring the market bell for notifications for updates on all of these new videos. And let's get straight into it, guys. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was our new channel and the fact that we will be dropping another video or 2 on that channel just later today. So I'm going to be talking about one hot new growth stock that I've never talked about before. So if you guys like TAAT, you guys like MindMed, you might want to check out this channel and the video that I will be dropping for you guys for that. So of course, don't forget to tune into the new channel, subscribe. We already made it to 88 subscribers in 1 day and 240 views for our first video in less than 24 hours. So I think that's a pretty nice accomplishment. It's a great start to the channel, and I just look forward to growing this. Now don't forget, guys, this channel, it's more raw, it's more unedited. It's like technically a pre-recorded live stream, and I will be doing live streams, but on this channel I can drop a lot of the content that I never really got a chance to just due to editing. So I'm really looking forward to growing this, and please hit that subscribe button. I want to grow this to at least a couple hundred subscribers in the next week or so, just so that at least I have something to go off of. So we're gonna put that link in the description and in the comments, and we're gonna post it on our story once again, so check it out. And let's get into the rest of this video, guys. So the first thing we like to do in every single one of our videos, of course, is comment of the day. So before we do that, we're gonna give you guys a couple seconds to drop your favorite silver stocks. What are your top 3 silver stocks? And then we're gonna be talking about these 3 new silver stocks. So drop those comments regarding silver companies. Perfect, guys. Thanks so much for those comments. And finally, it's not a crazy sunny day today, so the picture is a little bit better, and it's going to be better for our new video as well. So what do you think of PEIX, RUN, SPWR, All Clean Energy? They took a big hit yesterday. I would like to know your thoughts. That's an awesome video topic, so I might have to make that video as well for the new channel. So on the new channel, I want to focus on, of course, gold and silver, growth stocks, dividend stocks, clean energy stocks, things like the Beyond Meats and things like that. So we're going to talk about a lot of new millennial topics, millennial stocks. That's what it's all going to be about. So we can just pump out the content on that channel, and I'm really looking forward to growing that community. So second comment of the day goes to Jumbo Shrimp. Yep, I'm thinking we drift lower, and worst case possibly another March like event. I have some dry powder. I know it's hard to keep it on the sidelines. I know cash is so hard to keep on the sidelines in this market with all the stimulus and the dollar going down, and there's just so many things, but I think it's always good to keep a small cash position. Now, last but not least, from Matt D, third comment of the day. Hi Aaron, oddly enough I just picked up a couple hundred shares of Fosterville before watching your video. Glad to hear I'm not the only one with interest. What are your thoughts on broad list of miners, GDXJ or GDX? And that's another great video topic. I was actually, I literally had a couple tabs open right now looking at some gold and silver ETFs. So I will take a look at those indexes. I will take a look at some new ETFs. And once again, this is awesome because I can just whip up the video, post it on the channel, the new channel, and give you guys more content to watch above and beyond, these professional edited videos like we do here on Departures Capital. So I like the mix of both. So anyways, guys, let's get into the news for TAAT now. And I wanted to say, TAAT released this news just a couple days ago, but it's pretty significant, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. So TAAT Lifestyle and Wellness raises $6.75 million from Horizons Ventures co-founder. So let's dive into the details. TAAT Lifestyle and Wellness has received $6.75 million in the form of a private placement from a group of investors, including Debbie Chang, co-founder of Horizons Ventures. Chang is making the investment in a personal capacity, but investors have already taken note of Chang's involvement with Horizon Ventures. So guys, to give you some background on this, Chang's involvement with Horizon Ventures is notable. Based in Hong Kong, it manages the private investments of Asian billionaire Sir Li Ka-shing in the technology, media, and telecommunications sectors. It has made a number of landmark investments in the past in disruptive technologies, among them DeepMind, later bought by Google, Siri, Spotify, Shopify, Impossible Foods, and Zoom Communications. So if they're investing in TAAT, that definitely means something, and it's a pretty exciting time for the company. So we will be keeping you guys up to date on that. We will be releasing a full update video in the near future, but now it is time to get into the market recap quickly, and then it's on to those three companies. So Wall Street edges higher at open, strong bank reports, Dow up 60 points. So let's see what's moving Wall Street, guys. The US stock market's edged higher at the opening on Wednesday as a raft of broadly positive bank earnings reports assured investors that the US economy isn't about to deteriorate dramatically, even in the absence of a stimulus package from Washington. So gold is trading higher, up another $12 per ounce, up 0.65%. Once again, back above 1900. It's like, you know, we're above, we're below, we're above, we're below. And actually the markets now are in the red. So gold potentially getting that safe haven bid. Silver is up 1.27%, holding on to $24 per ounce. And to be honest, this chart looks pretty good for silver over the past month. It's looking like, you know, the bottom was around 21. I believe it was 21 something. I know it's not showing here on the charts, but when silver initially tanked quite hard not that long ago on that initial pullback, but so far so good. So we'll take it each day as it comes, and let's see what Kitco's saying about this whole thing. So gold to see more investment demand after the election TD securities. So this is kind of my opinion too. I think we're going to kind of maybe trade a little bit higher over the next couple of weeks, but it could be a bumpy ride until we get past that big event. So investment appetite for gold is not waning, but low physical demand out of China and India requires a lot of offsets, according to TD Securities. While the pace of gold accumulation remains elevated by historical standards, the hypothetical drag created from low physical demand in India and China demands substantial investment buying in order to offset this drag. So that's kind of what TD is thinking. Investment appetite for gold will continue to rise, particularly in the period that follows the whole big political event. In fact, we will reiterate that long gold trade is likely agnostic to the election outcome. Gold bugs not look too far on the horizon to expect a large-scale fiscal deal that could de-bottleneck the ongoing real estate suppression. So that's what TD thinks about gold. Gold prices rebound midweek. And that's pretty much all I want to say for gold and silver, you know, for today's trading session. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update on gold and silver, and now it is time to dive into the first company. The first silver company is called Avino Silver and Gold Mines. So the thing about these three companies, they're all between $100 and $300 million market cap. So in this market, in this day and age, you know, a relatively small market cap compared to some of the more well-known names. So I wanted to offer you guys not the large cap ones, but some smaller cap ones, also some ones that I haven't really talked about. So the first company, Avino Silver, $124 million market cap and a 52-week range of 27 cents to 204, currently trading for $1.44. So the thing I like about a lot of these companies right now is that they have pulled back from that initial high. When we ran up like crazy, silver hit $30, and now we're kind of doing some consolidating. So I think it's a really interesting time to take a look at silver right now. So Resilience Initiative Enterprise. Let's take a look at Avino Silver and where their mines are. They have 3 mines in Mexico and the corporate office in Vancouver, and I wanted to dive into their investor presentation. Operating in Mexico, Avino produces from its wholly owned Avino mine near Durango. The company also maintains a diversified pipeline of gold, silver, and base metal exploration properties, with the exception of the Avino mine, which is owned 99.28%. All the company's properties are owned 100%. So let's take a quick look at their investor presentation. And if we like this one, we will go more in depth in other videos. I know I used to compare balance sheets. You know, let me know if that is something that you guys like. Financial strength, balance sheets, how many ounces that they have in the ground. Those videos take a lot more time, but if that is something that you guys like, then let me know, obviously. So Q2 2020 highlights. This is their most recent investor presentation. So Q2 decreased production, of course, that was expected. Metal prices have broken out with high silver prices and unseen levels of gold prices, encouraging the metals environment. Continue to explore potential of dry stack tailing and planned automation upgrades. Install equipment in mill circuit 4 that will help boost recovery on gold and silver. So Q2 2020 production numbers. So 0.6 million ounces roughly produced silver. Gold ounces produced 1,600. Let's take a look at their revenues by metal, and copper is actually their highest revenue. That's quite interesting at 44%. So this is a play on base metals as well, with 31% exposure to silver and 25% exposure to gold. So as we can see, guys, capital expenditures are down substantially for this year, which is very encouraging. Although Q2 revenues are down a bit, and I do believe that's due to decreased production. So this is an interesting company due to their diversification in terms of revenues by the metals, and it's still a relatively small market cap company. So they're clearly going to be producing a couple million ounces of silver per year, and this might be an interesting one to take a look at. Now the second company, Sierra Metals, a little bit bigger market cap, $328 million, with a 52-week range of 89 cents to 367. So a little bit less volatile than the last one. Of course, it is a bigger company. Once again, we are much lower than that $3.67 52-week high. We're trading at just around $2. Taking a look at the 1-year chart, we can see here that the stock has been higher a couple times over the last year. And then of course it had a really nice move up recently, but at $2, the stock is looking pretty good. So let's take a look and see what's going on from their website. So well positioned for growth, expanding production in Peru and Mexico. So by the looks of it, they've got 3 mines. Sierra Metals is a mid-tier precious metal base metal producer in Latin America, offering a strong value proposition to investors. Historic low cash cost production of base metals and precious metals. Diversified asset base and production of 5 metals, including zinc, copper, silver, lead, and gold. So let's see where their projects are, guys. So headquartered in Toronto, by the looks of it, they have 3 producing assets, and they've got quite a few exploration stage projects in Peru and in Mexico. So let's dive into their investor presentation. A growing and profitable diversified producer. So I do like a company that is ambitious like this one, and the fact that they are doing a lot of exploring, I think that that's pretty awesome. So here is their revenue by metals. So 20% silver, 8% gold, 22% zinc, 11% lead, and 39% copper. So a very similar diversification to the previous company that we just talked about, Avino Silver, in terms of their diversification and exposure to copper, but a little bit less in terms of silver. Although it is nice to have that diversification, I do think base metals will perform better in the next 12 to 24 months when the economy gets back on its feet. So 40 million cash on hand, 59% ownership by management and board of directors. I think that that's very important. BlackRock owns 7.7%. So in terms of actual production in the 6 months of 2020, 6,400 ounces of gold, 1.5 million ounces of silver. So if we do the math and times that by 2, roughly, I expect them to produce around 2 to 4 million ounces of silver per year. And then of course, maybe 10 to 14,000 ounces of gold. So decent production for their size. And then of course, this goes over each and every mine. Take a look at their AISC. We're not really going to compare that, but at least in this video. But I did want to talk, kind of get the gist of it. Third company, America's Silver Corp, and this has a market cap of 371 million, so it is the biggest market cap company. 52-week range of $1.39 to $5.12, currently trading for $3.78. It's up 8% today, and it's had a nice pullback, looking like it's potentially found some support around $3. In my opinion, this is all going to depend on the price of silver itself and how it performs. So let's take a look at the company. America's Gold and Silver, growing a precious metal company. America's Gold and Silver Corporation is a high-growth precious metal mining company with multiple assets in North America. The company's newest asset, the Relief Canyon Mine in Nevada, USA, has poured first gold and is expected to ramp up full production over the course of 2020. The company also owns and operates the Cosala operations in Sinaloa, Mexico, and manages a 60% owned Galena complex in Idaho, USA. So interesting enough with this company, they have a pretty decent exposure to North America, more so the USA. Here we can see their projects. So in terms of development stage projects, 2, and in terms of production, 3. 500% increase in precious metal production by 2021. So looks like they're right on the verge of drastically increasing production. Here's a little bit about their Relief Canyon project. Since the pre-production, approximately 12 million tons of material have been mined, including 1.3 million tons of ore. Approximately 1.5 million tons of ore have been stacked. So the project was acquired at $1,180 per ounce of gold. Initial capital to first gold within the budget of 28 to 30 million. And of course, production of 90,000 ounces per year at an AISC of $800 and a 6-year mine life. So that's pretty decent. So in terms of their gold equivalent annual production, 2019, 23% precious metals, 77% base metals. But if we look here, guys, pro forma 2021, precious metals are expected to account for 75%. So I think that's very important. They're transitioning to being a precious metal focused company. So the rest of this investor presentation pretty much goes over all of their projects, all of their mines, but I did want to talk about that 500% increase in precious metal production. Significant precious metal growth in the near term. So here we are today. In 2020, they had their first gold pour. Now, what's actually going to happen to have that increase? Steady state operations and exploration, begin mining high grade gold upper zone and increase production in the early part of 2021. So that's really what's going to drive that big increase in production for the company. So interesting time to take a look at this one. And with such an increase in precious metal production coming, this might be an interesting one to take a look at. So I want to talk more about these companies. We'll have more time to do that in later videos, but for now, just simply, bringing them to your attention. Of course, you guys can do your own research and due diligence on these. Always encourage. These videos are never financial advice, and simply more so, I'm kind of the guy who goes around and finds these companies and then see what happens. So let's take a look at the first basket of stocks. Oxley, Zenabis, and Harvest One, 3 biggest gainers, and Koyos, Organigram, and High Tide, 3 biggest losers among that basket. Now let's see what's going on for the dividend sector. And it is overall a red day, although Brookfield Renewables, Extendicare, and National Bank, 3 biggest gainers. Northwest Healthcare, Savaria, and Riocan, 3 biggest losers. Let's take a look at the gold and silver sector and see what's happening. And it is a very green day. Silver Elephant, Fortuna, and Endeavour Silver, 3 biggest gainers on the day. But African Gold Group, Bonterra, and Tourmaline Metals, 3 biggest losers. Now in terms of technology stocks, we are seeing Tesla, Rockwell, and Apple, 3 biggest gainers or smallest losers. And MindMed is pulling back another 1-ish% today after they announced that $25 million financing at $1.05. So I just want the stock to hold $1, and I think that might be a really interesting time to take a look at MindMed if you kind of felt like you missed the initial hype and the initial run, and they secured $25 million at $1.05 Canadian. So I mean, I think that's pretty encouraging. Now in terms of the broader 2020 watch list, JNUG, Kinross, and Tesla, 3 biggest gainers, and Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Amazon, 3 biggest losers, guys. So that's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.